Yes. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Karat Juice. I'm your host, Monte Lee. Sit down, relax, enjoy yourself. Thank you for spending the time. Karat Juice, this is a podcast where we have real conversations about a variety of topics, and I give my twist, my take on a variety of things. Some housekeeping. I'm going to be releasing this podcast every Tuesday, weekly. I have some bonus content and things like that I will be also adding to this podcast over time. But as of right now, it's going to be a weekly show. You can expect to get pushed out every Tuesday. Where do I start? First topic I wanted to cover, I want to talk about the Senate finally passing a $1.9 trillion COVID relief package. And did I say finally? My main thing with this lack of progress by Congress has been, at some point we have to decide, what are they doing up there in those positions? We Americans vote, we speak with our voice, we speak with our vote, right? But from what I've seen recently, when it comes to legislation, whether you're leftist, you're on the right or you're on the far right, we all can agree that, at least I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, we all can agree that we put politicians in those positions to do what? To legislate. If you're not pushing legislation forward and doing things that are going to aid the American people in a time of crisis, then why are you there? I feel like all of the political minutia, the tradition, the all of the methods that can be used and that have been used over time have done something very well, which is keep legislation slow. Keep reform in areas of the country that really need to be addressed on both sides status quo. I believe until a light is shined in that area, things are gonna continue to be what they have been. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. We know what to expect from the Senate and Congress and the House of Representatives, just the bickering, the infighting back and forth. I just want people in those positions to do their job. Legislate, please. That's what the American people put you there for. Also, I wanted to get into, how can someone of affluence be able to relate to someone living below the poverty line or worse? How far removed are the socioeconomic situations for some people in these positions? Can they really relate to someone who's struggling, who doesn't know where their next meal is going to come from, who doesn't know where their rent is going to come from? I believe that the people who are in power positions in the country are so far removed from real strife that bickering about, a COVID relief package for so long is not conducive to the economy. It's not conducive to us moving forward. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that people shouldn't work hard. I'm a huge proponent of working hard, doing the best you can, not having a victim mentality, having a go-getter mentality. I'm all about that. But in those situations during this pandemic where people like in the service industry, for instance, weren't able to work, literally could not work due to restrictions that prohibited them from making money. That's a situation where things like that need to be protected. I mean, what are we talking about here? At the end of the day, in America, you should be able to go out, work hard, make an honest living, and at least have food on the table and a place to shelter yourself. Those are basic necessities that if someone is working a full-time job should be able to have. So basically what I'm trying to say is step it up, people. There's people out here struggling, and we as the American people employ you, politician. So do your job. And that's pretty much what I have to say about that. Before I get too far above myself, I do have a message, a short message right here from one of the sponsors. So just give me a moment and we will be right back. Thank you for listening to the Karat Juice Podcast, and I want to let you know about one of our sponsors, Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, let me tell you a little bit about it. First of all, it's free. You know I'm always about a deal, so that's a big plus right there. There are also creation tools in the app and in the software that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will also distribute the podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's literally everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And we're back. So, on my free time, during my free time, something I like to do is I like to watch TV and films. So I have a question for you. What are some shows that you are watching right now that are worthwhile? I'm looking forward to a show in particular that more likely than not, I'm going to do a reaction on, and it's called You. It's on Netflix. It's a very, very, gripping show. If you haven't seen it already, go check it out. I'm not going to go too far into detail about this show right now, so you should be safe. But FYI, I'm talking about You. The first and second season is on Netflix currently, and there should be season 3 coming sometime here in 2021, according to Netflix. But with that being said, I really enjoyed You because of the development of the characters and also the constant building of tension throughout the tenure of the program, the show in general. But throughout the season, it would just build and build and build until ultimately it would erupt, and it would have all different types of twists and turns. I'm into that type of cinema and that type of shows. So lately, I have been really at a loss to find a show to scratch that need for me to watch things of that nature. So I'm just reaching out to you to ask, what are you watching right now? Is there anything that you're seeing that you think would be worthwhile? On and I wanted to let you guys know this on the Anchor feed that is attached to my Instagram, monte.lee. And also you could follow me at Karat Juice Pod. On my Instagram, in my bio, there's a link to the Anchor feed. And in that feed, you can send me a voice message. And feel free to send me a voice message, give me feedback about the show, answer questions that I might have, or just leave a comment or say whatever you want to say on there. I want this to be interactive. I want this podcast to be a place where you can laugh, you can learn something, you can get some insight, and you can get a different perspective. I don't want this to be drab. I don't want it to be just me talking all the time. So I would love to get that interaction with you guys. That's what I'm here for. So another thing that's coming down the pike that I'm pretty excited about is Coming to America is out. The sequel to the 1988 classic, which was a doozy, still a cult classic, some of the best one-liners ever. And Eddie Murphy's really standout role that propelled him into superstardom. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't really have much to say about it. But I will most likely be doing a review, reaction, something short and sweet about the film because it's worth it. It has that much gravity. It's Coming to America. Come on. Like who doesn't love that movie? It's iconic in so many ways. And I hope that they do it justice in this sequel. I've peered at social media a little bit and saw that there's some mixed reactions, but I'm going to reserve judgment as of right now because I don't want to skew my thoughts of it or taint my view of the movie. So I'll just set that down and leave that there. With that being said, another thing that I wanted to talk about was, I'll get into that here in a moment after this message. All right. Do you believe it's wise to give billionaires money for their tweets? I repeat, do you believe it's wise to give billionaires money for their first tweet? I found this article recently and I thought it was hilarious. So, according to an article published by The Verge, billionaire founder and CEO of Twitter is a big-time advocate of Bitcoin. You don't say. A lot of people are advocates of Bitcoin for various reasons. And his latest endeavor in social media, you ask, what's that? What is he doing? So apparently he is literally monetizing his first tweet ever, which reads, and this is an article that I'm giving the source credit to The Verge, published by The Verge. According to the article, his first tweet, let me get it up actually, so that I'm quoting this correctly. Let's see, getting it here. Jack Dorsey. Okay. So according to Jack Dorsey, the first tweet was just setting up my Twitter, and that was published on March 21st, 2006. And according to the article published by The Verge, despite the fact that this tweet has been publicly available as a digital item to look at anywhere or wherever anybody wanted for nearly 15 years, Mr. Dorsey is now trying to sell it as an NFT. What is an NFT, you say? An NFT is a non-fungible token. And this is through a platform called Valuables. So pretty much he's selling his tweet as a virtual, product. This is getting ridiculous, people. I saw another, I see another thing that's kind of working in this foray, and I'm just gonna go out and say it. It's a bubble, people. Come on, it's virtual products, literally digital cards. Did you hear about the thing that the NBA is doing? They're doing something called NBA Top Shot, where you can buy virtual highlights. So just like trading cards, you could buy a virtual highlight of, for instance, Zion Williamson's first dunk in the NBA. Some nonsense like that. And I can look it up here. It's a ridiculous amount of money that people are paying for this. So apparently, I'm looking at, here. Zion Williamson's first block, literally block, like blocking a jump shot. His first block is selling for $210,000. It's literally, people are buying the virtual highlight. You got that right. It's called NBA Top Shot. Look this up. A virtual highlight of Zion Williamson's first block in the NBA, which occurred on January 24, 2020, is selling for $210,000. That's it. A virtual highlight. Are you people out of your living minds? A virtual highlight, and you're selling that? You can get the highlights on YouTube for, wait for it, free. I can go look at his highlight. Why do you need to own it? People, we can't own everything. You can't own the highlight outright. It's a blocked shot. It's not like he parted the Red Sea like Moses. I wouldn't pay for that highlight. And that was some miraculous, astounding stuff right there. And I wouldn't pay for that. 210. I'm looking at it right now on the website. $210,000 for Zion Williamson's first blocked shots. By all means, I play basketball. I play college basketball. I'm not a pro. I never played in the league, but I blocked a lot of shots. I'd take a Subway sandwich for one of my blocks. Let's be real. Let me make my order right now. Let me see. Let me get a spicy Italian with Italian herbs and cheese bread with some pizza sauce. Oh yeah, gotta have that on there. Some green peppers, some onion, some shredded, some cheddar, a little oregano. Did I say onion? Yeah, onion. Wrap that up for me real nice. Yeah, I'll take that. Take that for my block as a sophomore. And I'll keep it moving. So I just thought that was crazy. So billionaire CEO of Twitter is selling his first tweet, and currently that tweet is going for the bidding as of when the article was published, which was March 5th, 2021, in the evening. The bid for the first tweet was north of $80,000 at that point. And then a little later on, as of Saturday morning, the highest offer for Jack Dorsey's first tweet which is just setting up my Twitter, was $2 million from another tech entrepreneur. And then later that evening, the highest bid was $2.5 million for a tweet. The tweet had been on the site on Twitter for 15 years, untouched, just setting my Twitter. And now he's selling it as an NFT. Official description of an NFT. So this is according to the article as well. What's an NFT? NFTs allow you to buy and sell ownership of unique digital items and keep track of who owns them using the blockchain. So this blockchain is similar to Bitcoin, if you are not already. No, I'm not that savvy when it comes to Bitcoin, but I know that there's a blockchain with a bunch of ones and zeros somewhere in code, and it's encrypted in some way. And accordingly, this non-fungible token, this NFT, and it can technically contain anything digital, including drawings, animated GIFs, songs, or items in video games. An NFT can either be one of a kind, like a real life painting, or one copy of many, like trading cards. But the blockchain keeps track of who has ownership of the file. And also, according to this article, NFTs have been making headlines lately, some selling for millions of dollars with high profile memes like whatever this is, Nyan Cat and the Deal With It sunglasses being put up for auction. And then it says, if you understandably still have questions, you can read through our NFT fact. No thanks. I will keep my money good and where it is. We're getting to a point right now when it comes to spending money that people are spending money on digital things that aren't real. Unplug yourself from the matrix, people. They are trying to sell you things nowadays that you can't hold in your hands. Literally, this is like, I feel like I'm in the Matrix. I feel like I'm in Cyberpunk. So, are you trying to tell me that a couple years from now, I'm gonna go to a burger restaurant that I enjoy, Culver's, for example? I'm gonna go to Culver's. I'm really hungry. I want a deluxe butter burger, okay, with extra onions, some fries, and a concrete mixer. Okay, we're in the future. We're living. We're doing good things. You know, life is good. Sun's shining. It's still out there. You know, climate change hasn't, taken over the world yet. So I go into Culver's, in my Air 2057s or whatever. Okay. And I'm trying to buy my Culver's Deluxe, and they say, well, we don't have that, but we have an NFT style version of your burger, and you'll buy it here with Apple Pay, of course, and then we will share the file of it with you, and it will show all the contents of the burger, what the flavor profile is, and we'll do the same for your fries and shake. What in the freaking world are we doing, people? We're buying fake items? I didn't even know that much about the whole Bitcoin thing, but this is getting ridiculous. All I'm going to say is unplug yourself, look within, find value in things that actually exist. Back in the day, if you told some people 1,000 years ago that, hey, don't spend your money on gold. I have a math problem, i.e., blockchain. I have a math problem problem. I have a math algorithm over here, and it will keep everything nice and secure and safe, but only so many people know how to use it and do it. So no, spend your money, spend your coins, your shillings, your shekels. Let's say your shekels. Spend your goats over here, okay? And don't worry about it. No, the gold is out of style. Get some of this Bitcoin that I got over here. Get some of this NFT, because I don't know. If you like math is cool, right? If you like math, then hey, this will work. It's safe. But only so many people know what it even means. Yeah. Let's see how that works for you. So that's how I feel about that. And I feel like that's a good spot to wrap up and to close this episode. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to the 4th installment of the Karat Juice Podcast. Please, it is very helpful, and I would enjoy it a lot if you leave me a review. Let me know what you're thinking about the show. Any feedback that you have will be greatly warranted. It helps out a lot. Tell your friends about the podcast. Tell, whoever you think might enjoy this content or might get some value out of it. Please spread the word. I will be, like I said before, pushing these podcasts out every Tuesday. So put your notification bells up. Put your make sure that if you haven't already, subscribe to the podcast. I can't even speak right now. It's been a long day, but make sure that you support. It is appreciated. So without further ado, I'm about to get out of here. So if you're in a position right now where you don't know what you're going to do next, or you're kind of wary about where you're going, look inward. Everything that you need is inside of you. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something. You can do something if you put your mind to it. And don't let failure be something that keeps you down. You only fail if you stay down. All right? So hug somebody, eat something good, love somebody, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.